Hey everyone, welcome and thanks for joining me for the return of Just United. Now, the other day I came across the playlist that I put together for Just United on my home channel page, and I was like, I kind of miss doing that series. I kind of want to go back to it, and I think now is probably a good time because a lot has happened since then with Louis van Gaal and the team's performances and where we are in the league. And if you're new around here, that's what I do with this series. I just talk about United, the team that I've always supported and will always love, and I just share my thoughts and opinions, and we get some good discussion going on in the comments below. And I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks to get a few people on here. We will have a good discussion about United and take it from there. Really excited for the future of this series, and I hope you guys are too. If you do enjoy this one, be sure to smash that like button, and if you're new around here and if you haven't done already, be sure to smash that subscribe button. Now, what is going on with the club that I support? What is going on with Manchester United? It's just so damn frustrating. I'm tearing my hair out week in, week out. I'm surprised I'm not bald yet. The performances, oh please. And the results, oh even worse. Absolutely horrendous. Woeful. I mean, the other week when we lost against Southampton at Old Trafford, when Van Gaal was walking out when the final whistle had been blown, he's looking at the crowds. And some of them, they've got their thumbs down. Some of them are booing. If you was in that position, you'd be thinking to yourself, I've got to do something about this. Okay, I understand that Van Gaal is coming to the end of his career, but you look at his history, you look at what he's achieved. His CV is brilliant. I mean, look at what he's managed to achieve at teams like AZ, Alkmaar, Ajax, and so on. Such an illustrious career, and now he's finishing it on a downer, on a low. And, I think when I see him in that dugout, it just looks like he's given up. He's got no passion for football, let alone for Manchester United. And I think I'm right in saying that even though his reign has been longer than David Moyes, I think it's been the worst. The amount of losses we've racked up this season in the Premier League, absolutely disgraceful. It's not Manchester United. Because of Van Gaal, we have lost our DNA. We've lost all identity. I mean, okay, fair enough. The other week against Stoke at Old Trafford when we beat them 3-0, I was watching Match of the Day and I had to sit forwards. I was like, oh my God, we're actually playing the United way. Why haven't we tried to at least carry that over into our next couple of games? It just seems as though we'll go on and win a game, but you know what? I feel like the team should drop a few points here and there. That's his thoughts, and he doesn't give a crap, Van Gaal. He does not care. He's waiting for the sack because he's going to get a big payout at the end of it. And that, no doubt, we'll see him all the way until he snuffs it. So, it'd be nice and comfortable over in Holland, drinking his expensive wine, and at Christmas having those expensive mince pies. And that's probably why the club are so reluctant on getting rid of him, even though the fans are calling for it pretty much every week, just waiting for that announcement. But it's probably the payout that's kind of putting the club off, because David Moyes, he signed that 6-year contract. He was gone within his first season. Well, less than that. So just imagine how much he received from that sacking. And now Van Gaal could be on the way out. I hope so. But, knowing our luck, he'll probably be there till the end of the season. But Woodward needs to join him as well, I think. That's for another day, another discussion. But you look at the amount of money that we've pumped into this team. $250 million, or just over. $250 million. That amount of money should see United top of the league by 10, 15 points. We should still be in the Champions League. We should be looking forward to watching the team in action against PSG or Real Madrid in the next couple of days this week. Not in the Europa League. We shouldn't be in 5th or 6th or 7th. We're still hovering around that sort of position. And then to have Van Gaal say that Sunderland were too aggressive for us. Oh, no way. No way. He's got to go. It's pretty much the equivalent of David Moyes when he said we've got to aspire to be like Man City. We need a manager that's going to come to United with confidence, that's going to take up that hot seat, that care in the world, and he's just going to go for it. Really go for it. Bring back the style of United, what we've always been built upon. And there's only one name that's floating around at the moment, and that's Mourinho. I'm a bit split on Mourinho. Yeah, I think it would be good for United, but what's stopping Mourinho from thinking to himself, if the job offer becomes available back at Inter Milan or Real Madrid, what's stopping him from saying, okay, I've had my 3 years here, I'm off, see you later, leaves us in the lurch again. It's also quite amazing to see how many United fans are for Mourinho, to get him in that hot seat at United, whereas when he was in charge of Chelsea for the first time, way back in 04, 05, everyone hated him. We couldn't stand the guy. When we never even, the thought of Mourinho being in charge, it never crossed our minds. It would never happen. But now we're here, we're wanting Mourinho in charge. Desperate times, eh? There's reports this morning that Mourinho could be the new Manchester United manager within this month, within February. We're on the 15th today, so not long to go. If Mourinho comes to United, what does the future hold for Mata? For someone like Mata? They had a little disagreement, they had a little falling out at Chelsea. Mata, he's our best player, he's one of our best players. I like Mata, and I would hate to see him go just because of Mourinho. I'd be all for them to burying the hatchet with whatever happens back at Chelsea and just cracking on with unfinished business here at United. Just get on with the job at hand and put everything behind them and just move on. I'd be all for that, of course. And then again, with Mourinho, he's got a history of spending crazy amounts of money. How much more money is going to be spent until we can lift silverware again? I want a manager that's going to come in, roll up his sleeves and work with what he's got. Okay, to be fair, there are one or two positions such as defence that need strengthening, so maybe bring in one or two players in the summer and crack on. I mean, we've got a good set of players here, and that's one of the good things Van Gaal has done over the last 2 seasons. He's bringing in youth talent. I mean, you look at Cameron Borthwick-Jackson, who's really broke out into the side. He's really filled in that left-back position since Luke Shaw got injured. He's showing a lot about himself, and so has Varela, even though he hasn't had as many games. I thought he was wonderful recently. I thought he really showed why he wants to be in this United team, why he wants to be a first-team player. There's a lot of exciting talent in our under-21s, and I just want a manager that's going to come along and not be afraid to use them players. It can be done, and has been done. You just got to look at Manchester United's history. So, with all that taken into consideration, is Mourinho the right guy to take over at United? Will he be off within 3 or 4 years' time, or will he decide to actually settle down and nestle in safely at United? So let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Let's get some good discussion going. Should Van Gaal stay to the end of the season, or should Mourinho come in and replace him now before our next Premier League game at home against Arsenal? This video was just like a reintroduction to the series, and things will resume as normal when we've played Midtjylland in the Europa League, and then we've got Shrewsbury on the following Monday in the FA Cup. That'll be an interesting one to discuss. Don't miss it, as I'll be joined by a guest for that one. Looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. Thanks for watching / listening. I'll see you all soon.